Hey friends, I hope you're all really well and having a lovely time. I thought I would test out the some of the settings on my phone because why not? I- I'm just using you as guinea pigs essentially. So today I wanted to talk about the drama community, the YouTube drama and commentary community. Now, I will preface this by saying that I've only been watching drama YouTube videos probably for like the last 9 months. So I'm still relatively new to this community, although I've been aware of it for the last 2 years, I want to say. But I've always been like, for a long time, like strenuously against it and, oh, this is terrible. And now I watch them like every day. So, some topics around bias have been coming up recently within the drama community, and like I don't watch all the channels. There are some channels I watch really religiously. There are others I watch occasionally. There are some I've probably never even heard of. um, so, as with all my opinions, they're my opinions. Take them with a grain of salt. Don't get raw about it. But yeah, so the topic of bias has come up, and you'll probably hear me reference Peter Mon a lot because I watch his channel pretty religiously. Like, I really enjoy his take on things. I also watch people like Rich Lux and like Nick Snyder, Dustin Daly, etc. Don't watch Betty Page. Have watched a few of her things though, but I don't tend to watch her terribly often. I watch T Spill, all that kind of stuff. So I watch the sort of reasonably big channels, the well-known channels, and I sort of see them as sort of tabloid. They're kind of like the tabloids of YouTube almost. So this topic of bias has come up. I've said this 3 times now. And are people coming from a place of bias? Well, yeah, everyone's got bias. Everyone is biased in some way. Everyone is biased about something. Whether if you're talking about a channel or a person or whatever, you are biased. You might be biased against them. You might be biased for them. For example, like I said 3 billion times, I really like Amaan. I'm a little bit biased towards his channel. I'm probably more likely, if I'm being objective, more likely to say positive things about his channel and the stuff he says and his behaviors and stuff. That's just, although I try to be, my aim really, my goal is to be as objective as possible. It would be naive of me to say I didn't have a bias. I am, I have bias. Is there anybody I have a particular bias against on the flip side? Nobody I can think of off the top of my head. Let's just say, there are some people's opinions I take slightly with a grain of salt. Maybe that's because their opinions don't totally match up with mine, and we all want somebody to agree with us and to validate our opinions and stuff. But I keep watching people like that because it's nice to see other people's opinions, and it maybe makes you re-examine your own, and that's not a bad thing. So we all have biases, whether we're aware of them or not. When we talk about subjects, when we express our opinions about subjects, when we're talking about drama or this YouTuber did that, or we all have biases. And sometimes it takes something, a catalyst to happen to kind of give us a kick up the bum and really examine our biases and have a look at how we feel about things and why we act this way. And I think this may have happened to Rich Lux recently with the whole drama of on Twitter between him and Manny MUA's dad, and calling Rich a bully and all that stuff because of his continued use of Manny Mooch whenever he refers to him and stuff like that. And I think at first, excuse me, from what I was reading, or not reading, from watching, I think Rich was he seemed a little defensive about it, but I think later has kind of gone, actually, yeah, maybe actually I shouldn't be saying that as much, and I probably did take it too far, and he did, he did apologize for it, I think. So, which is good and fine. Yeah. So that's and I think that's good and admirable. Does it let him off the hook? No. The real thing will be seeing if his behavior changes, and that's like with anybody. It's all very well and good to say, I'm sorry, and I'm sorry I hurt you. It's a good start, but I think seeing if the behavior changes over time will be the real, time's going to tell on that one. And is it just a superficial thing, and he'll sort of be apologetic for a while, maybe not say it for a while, and then hope that everybody forgets, because people do have a short memory on this platform sometimes. And then it'll sort of gradually happen again. Who knows? Now, I want to say I'm not targeting Rich Lux specifically. It was just the first example off the top of my head. Like I said, I do watch him on a regular basis. He does make me laugh. I do share some of his opinions. Some of them I don't. Some of that will be a cultural difference. Some of that is just life differences and what have you. There's a separate video I kind of want to make about accountability, which will also, I think, end up I'll mentioning him about it. And I swear to God, I'm not throwing shade. I really am not. This is just my sort of my opinions as somebody who is reasonably new-ish to this part of the community, and maybe a little outsider point of view, and sometimes that's not a bad thing. So anyway, everyone has a bias about something, against something. It's impossible to get away from. And I think if you do any kind of commentary channel, you have to really be and I think if you do any kind of journalism in general, you have to be really aware of your biases and how you feel about something, how you feel about any particular topic. Do you have any prejudices? And will that color how you report on stuff, or how you comment on stuff, or what your opinion about stuff is? That's really important to examine those things, and examine those things about ourselves, and then how we then go and apply it, and how we see something, because we all see a thing through our own lenses. So it's really important to make sure you're aware that you're seeing things through those lenses. Now, I'm not claiming in any way that I am perfect. I have plenty of biases. It's just, being aware of them, really. This is a really rambly video. I'm just not making shit up, but I'm just talking off the top of my head. So I'm sorry if this doesn't make any real sense. I've made a few videos today. It's probably a sign I should stop. The other thing I kind of want to touch on a little bit, I guess. Actually, I said, I'll make a separate video, but actually I'm just going to talk about the drama community in general, and my thoughts about it, my feelings about it, commentary channels, and so on. On the whole, it's a good thing. I love the fact that people are expressing their opinions about stuff. I love that people are making videos about what's going on, and they're trying to hold their community that they love and they're passionate about accountable. I think that's a really good and wonderful thing. But as with all things, there's always a dark side. There's always there's always a corruptibility in anything that humans do, because we're capable of doing good, we're capable of doing bad. And I think the drama community, commentary community, is no different, truthfully. And I'm sure one day, I get 1,000, 2,000, 10,000 subscribers, I'm going to get mixed up in something probably, and I'm in no way claiming to be immune from all of this. I think people just need to be mindful about how they report, like, again, how they report on things, how they approach things. Like, as like I mentioned at the start, it's a lot of it is kind of tabloid reporting almost. There are some channels that are that I really enjoy watching. Smoky Glow is one of them. I've come to her quite recently, and she seems to have some very good, or in my opinion, good and well researched and fully fleshed out opinions, which I really appreciate. And again, Peter Mon, I really like his opinions. They seem to be really well informed, mostly, not always. He's not perfect, but I think he does make a good faith effort, and I appreciate that as a viewer, certainly. To make those to make those sort of those opinions and comments in good faith. He also holds himself accountable to stuff, I think. And I like channels that hold themselves accountable, as well as holding other people accountable. And people who have integrity and are genuine about what they do, and it's a genuine passion. And they, I think as with any community, we've had an influx of people who are seeing that it's getting big and they want to make money off it, and they're just going to come out with any old shit, and they'll say stuff for views or that's controversial. They might not even believe anything they're saying, but they'll say the popular thing because it'll get the views. And they'll talk about the drama du jour because it'll get the views. And I think people who don't want to do that, I think I want to find those people and listen to their opinions, and the smaller channels, people who ain't making money off of this, and people who you can clearly see their passion and integrity, and they're not just saying shit for views. They're not yeah, I think you probably get what I'm trying to say. My other small gripe ish, kind of, it's a niggle more than anything, a little niggle, is clickbait titles on drama videos. Like, can we stop with that? Honest to God, like, I know that's how newspapers operate. They've been doing it since newspapers were a thing. I know clickbait titles are in no way new. It's not an internet thing. Newspapers have been doing it for years. If you look at tabloids like The Sun or Us Weekly or whatever the tabloid magazine paper is in your country, people have been doing that for years, forever. It's not a new thing. I find it irritating a little bit. People are like, I clicked on a video, it might have been by Nick Snyder, actually. There's been a few videos by Nick Snyder I've clicked on thinking, oh my God, what's Tati said now and all this, and actually it's been fine. Like, there's been no drama at all, but the title has made it seem like that there is, and it's like, just doing it for views, man. Which, fair enough, is what gets you your money, but as a consumer, it's irritating. For me, it's irritating, and I don't like it. I much prefer more straightforward. Obviously, keep your title. You want to catch people in with what you're saying, but keep your titles straightforward. Don't make up shit. There's clickbaity, sort of catchy titles to videos, and then there's just like basically lying to get people to watch your videos, and that to me shows a lack of integrity, which goes back to what I accidentally pressed the stop button, and I don't know why. But anyway, that goes back to what I was saying, trying to badly say probably earlier, is having integrity with your videos. And if you are going to essentially do your own kind of vigilante journalism about YouTube creators and content creators and stuff, have some integrity. Don't make up shit in your titles. It's dull, and it makes me not want to watch your videos, honestly, because I watch it a couple of times, you know, and again it comes down to that sort of like, you know, fool me once, shame on me, you know, fool me once, shame on you, fool me twice, shame on me, sort of a thing. So then I just stop watching what you say, and I am very determined not to be that guy and make those kinds of video titles. So if anybody out there knows how to make a good catchy YouTube title for a video that isn't clickbaity, help me. That would be really great. Anyway, that's it. That's all I had to say. I want to end this video by saying I really like the YouTube drama community, actually. I think they're, for the most part, really great bunch of people who are clearly very passionate about what they do and care about what they do, and they care about these communities that they are reporting on, and that's wonderful, and I'm really here for that. Just, you know, calm down a little. You know, as you know, be aware of your biases, don't get wrapped up in drama, and stop making clickbait titles, for God's sake, please. Anyway, I love you all. Hopefully see you again sometime. Take good care of yourselves.